This is Jack Taylor here with the beerandbourbonreview.com, and it's a bourbon!
We did it!
Finally!
We promised you a bourbon, we got a bourbon.
We finally got a bourbon.
This is our week to do bourbon talk. I'm Diesel.
Montgomery!
You love doing that, don't you? This week we are reviewing, I'm very excited, we're reviewing Knob Creek Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Now, actually, right before this, I was informed that a straight bourbon is different than, say, a Jack Daniels, which is a Kentucky bourbon, correct?
No, it's a Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee whiskey, okay.
It's a whiskey, right.
And actually the way I noticed that is I noticed this is 50% alcohol, whereas, most Jacks are like a 40% or something like that. So this is aged 9 years, which I guess is a good thing. I like to say, I don't
Anytime
know.
It stays in a barrel, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's true. And this we're a little different, so we're kind of moving on the seat of our pants right now. But
Knob Creek is part of the Jim Beam family.
Really?
Out of
Bardstown,
Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
We were actually Diesel and I went there about 4 or 5 years, 3.
Oh, it's been 6 probably.
6 years ago, when they had the Bourbon Festival in Bearstown.
And if you've ever been to a bourbon festival, you need to check out our website and let us know, because that's the type of event we like to go see.
Yeah.
If you know of anything cool going on with beer or bourbon, we'd love to hear about it. So.
Yeah, send us an email.
But this was Knob Creek is a pretty standard whiskey bourbon. Why you can find this in your grocery store and most liquor stores.
Runs about what, $25-30 a bottle, something like that. Yeah.
This aged 9 years, and of course you can find various other ages. But this is a really interesting bourbon. When I first smelt it, you pour it, you air it out.
Right.
It gives a great deal of smoky flavor. You could definitely taste the oak, heavy oak. And then once you put it to your lips and drink it, the initial reaction to me is real heavy aged caramel.
Yeah.
It's very, very pleasant. Something you would not be drinking in the middle of summer, but something you might be enjoying after a Christmas dinner or a Thanksgiving dinner. The color,
or a cold day in the winter,
or a
to cure whatever ails you.
Right.
It's definitely not a mixed bourbon. This is something you drink straight. And what I would recommend doing is if you just want to enjoy it, is taste pour the bourbon, just like a couple shots, and then take a nice drink of it. Taste all the flavors. You'll usually
it definitely hits you.
For me, I could taste a great deal of smokiness, great deal of caramel. Diesel said he tastes a little bit of leather.
Raisins.
Some raisins too.
Raisins, which is really interesting. I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
But you really get that oak flavor, which I find very, very comforting.
Comforting?
Yeah, I do.
Like a warm security blanket?
Yeah, it's great. I can cuddle up in a blanket and just feel like I'm in love.
Yeah. Do you need a Snuggie?
Yeah. And then after you taste that initial drink, I just put maybe 1 or 2 teaspoons of water in there just to see the different.
Yeah, you guys
flavors.
actually did that, Dane. I've never heard of that.
And all that does,
that water,
it brings out some of the flavor a lot more. I mean, you could really, it pulls out the caramel flavor, it brings out the oak flavor, and it just helps you. It takes away that initial bite. So I really enjoy this. If I had to rank this on my top, out of 1 to 5, what I would rank it, I'd probably give it about a 3. Probably not my favorite. It's not a real smooth, bourbon, but it's a tasty.
I've had bourbons like Jefferson Reserves or things like that are a little smaller. I mean, these are small batch bourbons, and anytime,
this actually is it says hand bottled.
Anytime you get into that small batch category, you're getting premium alcohol. These guys take real good care of their product.
I noticed this has a cork, which makes it
an unbelievable quality assurance program set up there. The master tasters, the master distillers, are unbelievable people, and they are fun to talk to. But these small batch bourbons are just terrific. And again, I like the Jefferson Reserve. I think it's a little smoother to me. This Knob Creek comes on pretty strong. From a beer drinker, I don't really have I don't have an alcohol I can't try. So this bourbon was not something I was afraid of, but it's definitely it's a heavy hitter. It is a heavy hitter. I would give it a 3. Right. And again, I'm going to enjoy a glass, at the end of the workday, maybe with some friends, just have it on some ice. But, with maybe a cigar. I know a lot of friends of mine will smoke a cigar and have a batch, a small batch of bourbon.
Yeah. This would be good with brie or some sort of, heavier type cheese.
Yeah, you wouldn't have it with a meal or anything, obviously,
no.
But yeah.
But it'd be good with, heavier types of cheese.
I believe in French they say digestif, which means after the meal. You have to, as you're digesting.
I think you just made that up.
I did. I think actually, my good brother taught me the word digestif.
Oh, that I believe.
So I want to try to use it as often as
really?
I can. Digestif. Yeah.
It's French. I'll be damned.
Yeah. So
is your brother's name Gasoline? Ah ha ha ha. No
Whatever.
one.
Anyhow.
Because you're Diesel. See?
oh,
Jesus.
Wow.
What would you
If
rank?
I have to explain the joke,
this is a 3. I'm giving it. Diesel's giving it a 3. I'm out.
What would you rank it?
I would rank it a 3.5 out of 5. I'm definitely a bourbon drinker over a beer drinker, and this is actually a really good one. Like, I've never really drank it, straight without